I usually don't like to mix my politics with my fantasy football, but sometimes I can't help myself. Earlier this week, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin fucking Yahoo said that it was the Palestinian Grand Mufti that gave Hitler the idea for exterminating the Jews. And all this time, I thought Joseph Goebbels was the biggest asshole spin doctor that ever lived.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
Hello, children. Are you ready to see who did and who didn't? Let's get to it, shall we? Menahunas managed only 10 points this week against Daenerys Targaryen, went down 33-10. The Rounders topped Merciless Marauders 46-33. Boolean Logic held on to get past bye week. That game was closer than the score at 45-33. Al Bundy's Biggins dropped a close one to the Bearded Clams, 38-32. Pedro the Great won again. The New York High Risers lost to Montezuma's Revenge, 36-22. I don't think the High Risers have won yet. The London Silly Nannies, Nick is, I think Nick is still adjusting to his move back home because he's still playing a kicker. And the Lynch Mob destroyed the Sandball Kings, 44-19. Take a look at the standings. Al Bundy's Biggins leads the Egregious division at 4-2. Speenrock a game back. The Federalist is headed by the Bearded Clams and the Rounders, both 4-2. The Glasgow division also headed by a pair at 4-2. Bye week and Barry's Blazers. And the Hezbollah headed up by Montezuma's Revenge at 4-2 with Pedro and Logic a game back. All right, this week's vacations go to the Bengals, the Broncos, the Bears, and the Packers. Let's see who we got coming up. London Silly Nannies at Montezuma's Revenge. Now, like I said before, I ain't taking Nick till he picks up a kicker. Let's take Montezuma's Revenge -3. Barry's Blazers against Daenerys Targaryen. Blazers, -2. Sandball Kings against Speens. This is, I think, historically a pretty tough matchup. Tyrod Taylor, not completely healthy. Probably gonna. I think he's gonna get the start. I think the Sandball Kings have too much. Take the Kings -4. Lynch Mob and the Bearded Clams. Lynch Mob's making a good comeback, but the Clams, they can just put up so many points. I'm going to take the Clams -3. Menahunas and the New York High Risers. The New York High Risers are 0-6. Quite the auspicious start for a defending champion. Shall we take them? This could be the upset week. Menahunas -5. The Rounders against Pedro the Great. Pedro keeps racking over 40 points, and his team is really not that good. Who's he got? DeAndre Hopkins, having a couple good weeks. Giovanni Bernard, a backup. Amir Abdullah can't hang on to the ball. Alex Smith is, well, Alex Smith. I think the Rounders are too much this week. Take the Rounders -6. Logic and Al Bundy. This is, what a week for poor Al Bundy to have to take on Logic. This might be the breakout week for Logic. Could go over 60. Take Logic -5. Bye week versus the Merciless Marauders. Now, the Merciless Marauders, they, put up bye week -2. All right, let's take a look at the old pools there. Where I had this all set up. Let's take a look at the pool picks for the week. That's why I got off of it, because you people have the attention span of a fucking gnat. Clams are 6 ahead of Boolean Logic, and they appear to be the only two teams playing the NFL pick'em. But then in the fantasy pool picks, it's Logic and Bye-Week seem to be the only two teams playing. So at least we got a 2-horse race going in both of those. I eliminated the Survivor pool because I reset it and nobody played, which I don't mind. We've got lives. So there you go, kids. There's another week in the books. I will see you next week.